With me, I have Ajay and Mudit, and they have worked with me in the past on different aspects of paid media campaigns. Now, I think the biggest issue we have as Google Ads experts are performance max campaigns. They're a black box. We hardly know much about them, what's going inside them, and we hardly know how to improve them. That is the biggest challenge. Let's dive in into the today's topic.
I have a total experience of around eight years in Google Ads management, and I have handled clients across various industries, both in B2B as well as B2C. Talking more about things today, we'll be more discussing towards PMax campaigns, and I think some of the common issues that all of us are facing in these campaigns.
Ajay, who is working in analytics for a very long time, he understands data really well. So I wanted to have the other perspective as well, from the perspective of reporting, from the perspective of data, how difficult it is to use the data from PMax campaign and give insights.
Hi guys. So I have also total around 8 years of experience into the digital marketing. Especially, I've been working on the analytics piece. I've been worked on Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, Hotjar. So all the Martech tool I have been used and implemented for the clients. I have exposure in client side and the agency side both.
I think the biggest issue like we have faced is when we run PMax campaigns, there is always some bot traffic, some unusual traffic. So what is the frequency of instances? Like suppose you are running 10 campaigns, how many times you will receive these bot traffics when you are running a PMax,
5 out of 10 times I receive this sort of traffic,
right?
and there is no option to ask Google to actually. The bot traffic used to come in search campaigns earlier on. We could take the issue to Google and tell them, "Okay, boss, this is bot traffic. Please try to remove them." With
In
all the
display campaigns that
yeah,
was there. In
yeah,
search we hardly get.
we were able to reduce that and ask Google, this is not done. But basically, in the Performance Max campaign, we hardly know in what sites or traffic is going. Don't give the entire data. I mean, I just know impressions have been there or something have been there, but I don't have the detailed data. I don't know how much cost is spent on some particular display websites. I don't have the exact data. So I cannot ask Google, "Okay, okay, boss, this is bot traffic. Please try to reduce it." Just doing this for their money, but for us as an advertiser, we are not getting the desired returns, and most of the campaigns they don't perform actually after some point of time. If we don't spend the money, if we don't start
So
increasing the
So
budget.
the 1 rupee, 2 rupee CPC that you are seeing in your PMax campaigns, or a 10-cent CPC that you are getting in your PMax campaigns, is basically not always correct. There
Yeah,
is a very high possibility that the low CPC that you are getting in your PMax campaigns is because of the result of your ads running at some poor quality of placements. That might be some gaming apps, or there might be some apps in Google network where your app is designed in a way where you are getting a lot of clicks. Ajay, now I will ask you, how will you identify GA4 or like any other tool that you are getting bot traffic on the website? And if you are able to identify, how will you try to stop that traffic coming from your on your website?
That's the very frequent challenge that we face. Okay, and it's very difficult to identify the bot traffic because it doesn't get to any paid traffic. For example, if you're running the campaigns, instead of your traffic getting increased from the campaigns, your direct traffic it's get impacted. Okay. You
So
will see
it
in
means
a
you are
one.
saying that as a channel, if I try to find the bot traffic, I will not find it in the paid section. Rather, I will probably find it in a direct or referral section.
That's
So
correct.
this is the first place like you have to look into. Maybe your paid traffic is almost stable, but suddenly you are getting a lot of direct traffic. You should look into it. So basically, what is happening that maybe your clicks on your PMax campaigns are going up by 40-50%, but in GA4 you are not seeing any increase in paid channels traffic, and that is mainly because of this reason, because it's going in direct and referral, and that might be because these users are not spending any time, because the bots will just come and then they will bounce. Usually, the first sign of a bot traffic is your 100% bounce rate, right?
That's correct, and you will see. I mean, if you want to, as you ask, ki how we can identify this bot traffic. First of all, there will be a spike in your traffic, maybe probably from the direct. I haven't seen it's mostly from the direct. Then you have to see, okay, from which device this is coming, what operating system it is coming from. Then you can go and you can identify if you have a particular targeted country or the city only, but if you are getting the data from any another country or the city which you are not targeting in your campaigns, then definitely there's a issue with that, and then you can identify this is the bot traffic. Unfortunately, in GA4 you cannot, there's a no direct option is available to filter out this bot traffic. What you can do is you can just create the segment of your pure traffic. You can create some filter out, okay, you can include the channels or your campaigns, and that's the only possible way in today's day is possible. This is how you can filter out the bot traffic by doing the segmentation.
So in GA4, when you are doing this segmentation, you are ensuring that your bot traffic is reported separately. But like if I want to stop the bot traffic coming from my website completely, how can I do that?
So Google claims that they are by their own they are stopping or they are excluding the bot traffic coming into the GA4, but
Mhm.
I don't think that's working 100% correctly, because as of we have faced this issue in the past. But yeah, they claim that they are already excluding the bot traffic, but I don't think that's working 100%. They don't given any direct options from where you can exclude the bot traffic. I remember in GA3 there was a one checkbox when you were setting the properties or view. You was getting that option, okay, exclude the bot traffic. But as such option is not available in the GA4.
I think the other methods could be you can block certain locations, certain IPs, but that is something that is beyond the scope of your like what you will do in GA. You cannot do
Correct.
it.
As I said, you can just can segment, you can create a segment where you can exclude the traffic from these countries. If you are seeing there's unusual traffic coming from the non-targeted city or country, you can create a segment and you can filter out those cities or those country. Then you will able to see the real traffic.
If you are running ads in your dashboard and you are just a paid media expert, you don't understand GA4 so well, then how you can identify that you are getting the bot traffic just by looking at your Google ad dashboard?
I mean, you are just getting clicks and there is no conversions and the clicks and the CPC is quite low sometimes. So
So
it's
maybe like it's usually happening when your CTR is going really high,
hmm,
just because your ads are being shown
hmm.
on those apps which have very high CTR by design, because they are like you cannot access those apps unless you click on the ads. But these users are not interested in ads. They are not your target audience, and even then Google is showing your ads on those particular apps because of the PMax.
And
So
also if you try to exclude them also, they still show that the ads on those.
like this is a very, can you give me like an example of this? Can you show like in the dashboard you have excluded the apps and still ads are being shown?
As you can see, we have disabled each and every app on both the platforms, and there are like 137 exclusion, and all of them are mostly the apps.
Yes, they are mostly there.
And if we look at the data right now and go to reports, so you can see I have received around 1188 impressions from the mobile app Blog Plus. I have not included it in my targeting anywhere, but I still am receiving impressions from this.
Like we are making
We have excluded each and every game. We haven't included any.
it's a game.
Yeah, see, you can see the jigsaw scapes. It's a
Yeah,
game.
so if we have excluded all the games,
Yeah.
our ad should not appear on the games. This is basically Google not doing its job correctly. I think
Yeah,
this is a
because if we have not added it in our targeting or we have excluded it, but it is not respecting our boundaries that we have set for the campaign. So this is actually not right. And most of the campaigns will have the same get color. Now, what advantage will I get from running my ad on this mobile app get color? My product doesn't resonate with these kind of apps. All of this you can see. These are all games.
this is, and I think if you go back and if they have given a section of where your ads are being shown, then they should give us that data there only, right?
True, but we can only access it through the report editor, and
No, no, but if you go to this section where your ad showed,
it
right?
won't show anything.
It should show all the placements. This is very unprofessional from Google. Where when you have given this section, you must give all the data. And I think the only reason they are not giving this data, because if they give the data here, they have to give the number of conversions, CTR, so many things more than impressions. Now, as an advertiser, I think it's my right to know, first of all, where my ads are being shown and from which placements these ads are converting. So I think this is a violation of rights of advertisers as well.
100% I agree on this.
And same thing, I feel like when they are showing data of just 60 or 70% search terms when you are running broad match, and Google is still pushing for the broad match, it does not make any sense. Because if you, why do you want to keep everything in a black box? As an advertiser, I have every right over my data. I have the first primary right over where my ad should be shown, on which keywords my ad should be shown, on which networks my ad should be shown, which apps where I want to show my ads. It should be my consent. You cannot do it without my consent.
Also, if you have started talking about the search campaigns and the broad match keywords, so in the search term report, you don't get the entire data now, which used to be provided to us earlier on. But now we don't have the exact data. We just get a representation of data. It's not
Right.
the entire data.
So
And
that's what I said, that almost 40% of the data is not there.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
cannot access that what keywords we are, what search terms we are wasting the budget on, and we cannot remove that.
And I think the biggest issue is in PMax, you have like zero control your ads are being shown and on which keywords. So I think it's fine as long as they are following whatever search themes we are giving it, or at least they give us the data transparently. Like suppose it starts from where it is, starts from a black. And I think here I will like to ask you Ajay as well. Like there is a any system, data system, which is a complete black box, and if you want to improve it, how will you do it unless you give the data for the advertiser? Because of course the primary goal of the Google ads is to give, or watch for the Google ads to give, to make sure that advertisers are like, even the smallest advertisers are empowered. And now it's not the case, because means, if you can explain to us how AI works and how it's difficult for small advertisers to win in PMax campaigns.
We are discussing that we are struggling with the the data, the where exactly my ad has been showed, on what channel actually the Google is spending to get the conversion. So as of now, we are not getting any data, any insight, only the generic data which is available on the dashboard, that's only accessible. But in market, if you see, there are third party scripts available through which you can have access the data which is not easily available on the on the dashboard. But some of these scripts are paid, some of them are free, but again you get some basic data which is not available on the dashboard.
No, why PMax is going to be more helpful towards bigger advertisers? Because AI needs more data points to learn. It learns from failure.
Correct.
If it's not able to complete its objective, it's a learning. What is the objective? The objective is goal you are giving to the PMax campaign. So of course your tracking setup is very important. But once you have done it correctly, every PMax campaign, just like a AI system, will like to complete this goal every time. So how will it learn that this type of user or this type of click is not ideal for the campaign? It will learn from the failures. Like suppose this X person has clicked, he's 35 years old, he lives Bay Area, and he is probably a parent living parent while driving to school, then maybe he is not going to convert because he will be too worried about the kid. So maybe I will not show this ad to him or her. Now, Google will learn this only through failures. The campaign will learn only through failures. Now, with the bigger campaign, bigger budget, you will have more data points to learn, right? It will learn faster. Like suppose you are failing 10,000 times in 10 days, which means that you are getting 10,000 clicks in 10 days compared to if you are getting 10,000 clicks in 30 days. Which one will learn faster? One where you are spending probably more money. So it's biased more towards bigger brands where it's difficult to manage your campaign. So there are definitely advantages in those terms that it's more of a plug and play. As soon as the team, your creative teams is sending you the creatives, you just need to upload the creatives, run your headlines, add your headlines, and run the ads. That's it. So you like the strategy part is very limited here. The human brain is very limited. Use of human brain is very limited here, and the use of AI is very high. But the only problem with that, for AI, you need lot of data points to learn, and I don't think it's good for small advertisers in any way.
100% agree on. So as you said that these kind of things are not good for the guys with the limited budget. So they cannot enter the Performance Max ecosystem. One of their inhibition is okay, where will we spending where will our ads show? Every client asks for the same question: where are my ads? Where are they showing? They want to know this answer, and they definitely try to check that on their devices that, oh, okay, our ad is showing or not, and they definitely check that thing. But in the Performance Max, if we also don't know that all our ads are showing, so how can we tell the client? How can we answer the client? We cannot answer in simple terms that okay, all ads appear here. So one other thing is there, and also if someone has limited budget and you start a Performance Max campaign, I don't have any option. If the data is not there, it will just ask me to start with maximize click, and my budget will be just like over. If I have limited money of like, let's suppose 500 rupees for in India, or 1,000 rupees even in India, it will just spend that 1,000 rupees on a display sites, which to me is absolutely bullshit. It's not, it should not be there. We should at least try to get some clicks from the search campaigns or the shopping campaigns rather than just focusing on the display part. But
Yeah.
normally it happens is that it focuses all the money towards the display part. So one of the problem is this, that I don't have the percentage control of where my budget will go.
I had the first hand experience of this. Means on the one side, in an account where spending almost $150,000 on Performance Max campaigns is doing mostly well, doing quite well. On the other side, I had a very, and they were spending to $20,000 in a month, so almost $250 monthly budget, and they spend more than 10K in PMax, and they got zero conversions. How will Google add new advertisers to their system? It's not like it's a healthcare establishment, it's a clinic. So they had the money, but they were just doing their trial and it was a failure. So again, I think this is a big challenge for Google, because if they're just happy with the existing customers, it's good. But if they want more advertisers, if they want small advertisers to also be successful, I think this is a very wrong precedent, and this is a big obstacle in their route. So, what about delayed reporting? So, means we know, like in Performance Max, it will typically take 2 to 3 hours for your spend, your impressions, your clicks to appear. So, what is the like? Means if you have any idea, like what is the reason behind it, and second, like what is the impact of this?